Most people are living in a false reality, a matrix. You can break free from the powers that seek to control you.
10 pounds of sugar, jam it all in the carburetor.
So this drama started about 2 weeks ago or so, and Joey, Carnivore Camaraderie, is continuing to learn about diet in the carnivore diet. He's relatively new to this, and he has done a shift in how he sees this diet.
But why on earth would you believe those? The meat and dairy industries are incentivized to make you believe that in the same way the government...
Right, so more ideology.
Cut him off.
And what studies are you talking about, Joey?
In short, Joey is realizing just how unhealthy today's conventional meat is. And also when food is cooked, that's a bad thing too. And Bart denies all that. You have to deny so many things in order to think that a conventional meat diet is healthy. Joey has realized this, and now he's teaching it. And the carnivore community, it looks like they're going to be upset by this, because this is going to mess up things.
If you want the same eat meat, drink water idea regurgitated, then go watch some other carnivore channels.
Yeah, a lot of people have done in the last week or so, Joey, because a lot of people are pretty disappointed with the direction you've taken.
If you want to hear the truth that they haven't realized yet.
Oh, my bad.
I also want you to consider my incentives in making a video like this. Carnivore is blowing up right now. And I'm making a video like this that's going against a lot of the standard carnivore ideas. I could easily stick to it and grow my channel if I were to just adhere, but I'm not going to do that because I don't believe that standard carnivore diet, the average one that you are all probably doing, is right. So
okay, fine, Joey. You don't believe it's right, but on what basis? I presume that's what you're going to provide us pretty good, solid evidence for in this video. We'll give you that opportunity.
Think about why I'm doing this. It's not to grow the channel, right?
No, this will be costing you, Joey. This will be destroying your credibility. This will be slowing your growth down, if not stopping it entirely.
Video on Ken Berry lost a lot of subscribers.
There you go. Rightly so.
People were angry about it. They were angry.
Rightly so.
That I was criticizing him.
Rightly so. You've got no business criticizing Ken Berry. Son. Show some respect to your elders and betters.
Is Bart really suggesting that we should not question people who are older than us? Or at a certain age? Speaking of age, Bart, I noticed you called Joey son, and I noticed you called me that also during our discussion. So I'd like to know exactly how old you think I am. He could be watching because today he made his first comment on my channel in a couple years. It was under my video a couple days ago on this debate between the two of them. And he said I was a vacuous waste of skin. So Bart, take your own advice.
And I believe that we are not eating optimally if we're eating an only cooked meat diet.
Okay, well, that's just wrong, Joey. That's fundamentally false. You are in the wrong.
And it will cost you.
Soon we're going to see a clip of Joey saying that this community is like a religion. But if this was a religion, I think Bart would make himself God by the way he was just talking there.
If your carnivore diet consists of cooked, conventionally raised ground beef, cooked eggs, and pasteurized dairy, you are not eating a healthy diet.
Nonsense. Show me some proof that that is so, Joey.
These two fools are proof. Well, no, it's just evidence. And there's more where these guys came from.
It's just noise coming out of your mouth to be sensational.
And coming out of his mouth, too.
In the hope that it might have some effect on your subscriber base that's positive, it's not going to, son. Because nobody with more than 3 brain cells is going to suck the lollipop that you're offering here.
That's why you and Joey have all these subscribers and views. Because you probably noticed something in the world these past few years. And I would say a major reason why the carnivore diet is blowing up is because bullshit is blowing up. Conspiracy theories, flat earth, opposite land of lying kings.
Truth isn't truth.
The lie that I told to Congress.
The facts, I'm still learning, not the truth.
Truth is truth. I don't mean to go like...
It isn't truth. Truth isn't truth.
Truth isn't truth. This is going to become a bad
Don't
meme.
do
Face the knowledge that the truth is not the truth.
In front of the podium and utter a falsehood. It undermines the credibility of the entire White House press office on day.
It isn't truth.
Vegans hover at around 20 to 30% of the adequate intake.
You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving, Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that. But the point remains.
Wait a minute. Alternative facts?
Biden now has the final word on what you should do if someone is protesting peacefully. Biden, the same guy who in the summer of 2020 decided that he would allow people to burn down, streets and...
The president in 2020, the president then was Donald Trump. So to fix it, she just claimed Biden was president then too.
Of course, I can't end without mentioning the omega-3 fats.
Santos defrauded his way into the United States Congress. He has no business being a member of Congress. His only purpose is to be a punchline for late night comedy.
I know. Isn't it great?
And the fact that people have convinced themselves that eating this way is healthy is kind of beyond me.
You're an articulate, intelligent young man, but you are a fool and a buffoon with no experience, no background, no training, and no business commenting in the way that you are.
That's what I was saying a couple months back. He was a buffoon 5 months ago when you guys were praising him, promoting him, and having him on your channels. Except he was saying the exact same pig slop that you were. He's a typical example of your community, Bart.
This is crazy, okay?
No, it's not. We've been cooking our meat for over 1 million years.
Doesn't matter, and that is false. That is a half-truth cut in half. Not only were there a lot of civilizations all over the world with different climates and different diets, but it doesn't matter how long we've been doing something.
Probably not going to want to hear this, but...
We really don't.
It's really not as simple as eat meat, drink water, thrive.
It really is, in fact.
I've been promoting a high-fruit vegan diet here on YouTube for 12 years, and I have always said it's not as simple. I'm the real senior here. So Bart, pay some respect to this. What Joey says, I've been saying the same thing about a vegan diet. It's not as simple as eating vegan or eating fruit. And there's a whole bunch of things you need to know to be able to eat naturally in an unnatural world. So I just took a potato break, and I'll be able to handle the last few minutes of this video. It's good stuff. So if you're having trouble, you may want to carb up. Then you'll have a lighter mindset.
You've lost a little bit of subscribers. What do you think people aren't getting? Like, do you reckon people are misinformed? Or
the thing with this community is, as I've been saying for years, this whole community is not based on wanting to find a healthy diet. It's just meat eaters started this community to counteract the vegan movement, stop veganism, and feel better about eating meat. This community helps them do that by feeding them half-truths, lies that make meat sound good. And all of a sudden, Joey speaks some inconvenient truth and loses some of his carnivore camaraderie amongst the community. These people are mostly cooking their food, and they talk about natural. I think I was criticizing Joey for that a couple of months ago. He's calling his diet natural. So it looks like he's seen the light on that. Now that came to me back 12 years ago when I was around 40, getting in the raw scene there and realizing, just never thought about cooked, completely changing the nature of food. Most people can't afford the good stuff. And so Joey's making them now feel bad about their diets. And that was what the whole community was about. It's why you had viewers.
The people are unsubscribing because they don't.
Let's see how close Joey is to what I just said.
1,500 unsubscribed. They think that I'm wrong. Like, that's the first part. They think that I'm wrong.
No, they want you to be wrong about what you've been saying.
They think that I'm like an arrogant, cocky.
Isn't that interesting? Because that's what we vegans thought. That's how he came across to me. Just watching him for a couple minutes and seeing his thumbnails. And now his own audience, the anti-vegans, they now see the same thing I've seen. Now that Joey's saying something that they don't like. Very interesting.
If you put your faith and you put all your trust and belief into a select group of people who believe a certain thing, then anyone who goes against that is almost the enemy. It's like, it's very much a religious sort of like ideology where you take what Bart K and what Ken Berry and what Sean Baker say as gospel. Like this is just the truth. What they say is just truth. It's like scripture.
But it's not exactly blind faith. These diet gurus on YouTube can be very convincing. Using the half-truth is more effective than just lying, because you're saying something that's true, but you're just leaving out the half of the truth that would get you to realize the truth, the big truth, the big picture. And so it's easy to be brainwashed this way.
And that's kind of what I'm seeing with the people who are unsubscribing. They think that I'm this like bad and I'm crazy. They're angry because they also don't like raw meat. Like,
oh, there we go. Now he's talking like I was there. Right. It's just about what people like or don't like. You know, meat is the main thing, main addiction, main monkey business. That's the one big thing people don't want to give up. And almost everybody eats meat every day. That's not true for fruit. Fruit's not addictive. It's hard getting people to eat more of it. Even though people like fruit, it's just not addictive the way cooked. It's not just cooked meat. See, Doug Graham just makes a really good point. And none of us want to hear cooked food is problematic, and we don't want to hear we're addicted to it. But I accept the fact he speaks the truth when he says cooked food, any kind of cooked food, just has this addictive quality to it. You want it in a way that goes beyond regular desire for food. And when you're eating it, there's this compulsion to eat more of it and faster. So you can't say that people's desire for meat shows that it's our natural food, because people don't desire raw meat. As a matter of fact, fruit is the only food that people really like in its raw state.
That's probably a big one as well. Like, they don't want to believe that raw meat is bad because they don't want to eat it, which I understand. I mean,
I knew that once he made this shift here, I was going to hear him start to talk a lot like me. His arrogance only bugged me when he was saying stuff that I disagree with.
Like, they don't want to believe that raw meat is bad because
they don't want to believe it, right? I guess the reason I was open to raw foodism, that raw is the best, because I was already eating a half-raw diet, because I was a semi-fruitarian.
Hey people, you're in a place where you can take your health beyond your imagination. So find your place in the circle of life.
Thanks for watching, and I've got more of this stuff coming up. There is so much meat on this drama bone. Bart reaches new levels of the edge of his cliff. I give my unique commentary, having studied the carnivore community since it started. And also, I had a 2.5-hour discussion with Bart K. So subscribe and turn those notifications on. Click that bell. I'll have my next video up tomorrow. And while you're waiting, post a comment on this video. There's so much still to talk about. There was one crazy thing Bart said I didn't even comment on. Can you guess what that was?